It's my universe.
And you are God.
I am God.
Your name doesn't matter. You wear your ID, your face is you, and everything you do.
Greetings, welcome to episode 77. This is Container 31, part 1. It is now 2023, which means I have been making videos as of this past Halloween for 2 years. I looked back at all my videos and I was like, wow, I put my first video out on Halloween of 2020. So it's been over 2 years. And I'm still going. Oh, all right. Let's take a look to see what's in this container, number 31. Toss that to the side. And what I am seeing is a surplus of games, individually wrapped. And I'm going to show you this one first, because if you've watched my previous videos, you'll understand the comedy of this. Here is yet another copy of Tom and Jerry the movie. What? There's no better game to start this container with, but yet another copy of that game. Oh, I don't know how many that is now. Maybe 14? This is a sealed copy of Streets of Rage 2. It was for sale for $34.87 at Kmart. And someone didn't buy it, or someone bought it and didn't want to open it and play it, or got it as a gift and put it to the side, and somehow it ended up in my collection. And this is a gear-to-gear cable game. It's amazing how some things, like antique toys and video games, how some just never get opened. After 20, 30, sometimes 40 years, they're still in the original wrapper, shrink wrap, or have never been opened, never been played, never been removed from the box. It's amazing that something that's meant to be played with and touched and enjoyed can go that long without ever being taken out of the box. It's really weird. Chuck Rock coming at you. Chuck Rock number 1. The follow-up game was Son of Chuck. What does this say? This is from Canada. And all it says is the contents are 2 used video games. And it does not say what games they are. So I don't know why I say that. This is a sealed copy of Frank Thomas, Big Hurt Baseball. Maybe this came from Canada. I don't know. I know it came with playing cards. Or a trading card, I should say. Excuse me. Ugh. Digging into games. We have Mortal Kombat 2. For your viewing pleasure by Midway Acclaim, 1 or 2 players. Good stuff. And a good follow-up to that is Mortal Kombat number 1, complete in box. Because I individually wrapped all of these in bubble wrap, they're all going to be complete in box, because I would not individually wrap empty boxes in bubble wrap. I just know me, and I know I wouldn't do that. Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. One player. You can only play by yourself. Such a tragedy. Let's see what this is. It's the first time on Game Gear, that's what it says. And it's RoboCop 3 by Flying Edge. Could there be the same game as a second time on Game Gear? Strange. Aren't all games that are made for Game Gear the first time on Game Gear? Maybe I'm missing something. World Series Baseball. Have quite a few of these in the collection. Common game. 1 or 2 players. Gear-to-gear cable game. So you can battle against your friend in a championship season. I wonder if it would let you play through a whole season. Like you'd pick a team, your friend would pick a team, and then you'd play the whole season. I wonder if it would let you do that. Madden 95. New National Football League players. EA Sports. I don't know if I've shown Madden 95. Now, granted, this is the 31st container I've gone through. So there's a possibility, a strong possibility I have showed you Madden 95. And I just don't remember. But in the immediate recollection, I don't recall showing that one. Ooh, how about the Berenstain Bears Camping Adventure Sealed? It's a one-player game. And I know I've mentioned this before, but if you've ever played the ROM of Yogi Bear, which was never put out for Game Gear, but a ROM was made so you can, play using an emulator. It's very similar, in my opinion, to the gameplay of that. And I don't know why they never put out Yogi Bear. 4 meg plus battery backup. Defenders of Oasis. I just posted something about this from an old Sega magazine, I think from 1994, on my Instagram. Defenders of Oasis. So if you're not following me on Instagram, start doing it. So I try to post stuff once a day, maybe at worst every other day. That's all Sega Game Gear related. Wow, this is there's a dent in the box. Kawasaki Superbike Challenge. I posted on Instagram that Road Rash 2, which never came out for Game Gear but was slated to. The article stated that Road Rash 2 most likely morphed and became this game. Instead of Road Rash 2, it morphed into Kawasaki Superbike Challenge. A little tidbit of information. Don't know if it's true or not, but that's what the article said. We have arcade classics, including Centipede and Missile Command. Also includes Pong. Well, you can't beat that. And it's a gear-to-gear game, So you can play 1 or 2 players and play against your friend. Centipede and Missile Command. I have never tried that game out. We have world-class leaderboard golf. Simply amazing. Another golf game that I have not tried. But the guy on the front of the box looks like he's trying. So that inspires me. Ooh, this one got its own bubble envelope. And that is Batter Up. Raw power at the plate. A baseball game, obviously. 1 or 2 players. I have a couple copies of this game. I was chasing it for a while, way back in the day, trying to find a really good condition copy. And at the same time, another collector was chasing the same game, so he and I were basically bidding against each other, which is just stupid. I should have just reached out to him and said, hey, you take this one and be happy, and then the next time it pops up, let me take it so we're not running up the price on a game we both want and need. Prince of Persia. 1 player. Da, 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 da. A lot of games just sitting on top here. We have Interplay 5-in-1 Fun Pack. Backgammon, checkers, chess, reversey, and yachts. 1 or 2 players. This game isn't rare, but you don't see it a lot. At least I don't. Kids to adults, mild animated violence, comic mischief. That's kind of inviting. That would entice my palate. If I saw comic mischief involved in a game, I'd say, what do they mean? Is it good? Is it bad? Road Rash 4 meg. More memory means more action. Don't get it twisted. And I think, and I'm sure I said this before, I think there are 2 versions of this game box, but I would have to get all of my copies together and compare. But I could be mistaken. For some reason in my memory, there was some variation on the game box for Road Rash. But I could be misremembering and thinking of a different game and just attributing it to Road Rash. This one I taped foolishly, so let me pop it out. Choplifter 3, Rescue, Survive by Extreme. That's in super great condition. That's awesome. Choplifter 3. My microphone just took a dive. Let me pinch that back up there. 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to do 25 games, and then we're going to call it. So this video is not super long, because I procrastinated this week. My work schedule changed, and I've been sick. So I'm waiting until Thursday night to record this, edit it, upload it, polish it, and have it ready for tomorrow at noon. So fingers crossed I do all that tonight while feeling like death. Rystar! And a giveaway with this game, I had bought that collection of empty boxes that included the prototype for We're Back, Beethoven, Barbie, and another one, I can't recall. But the guy flattened all the games and stapled them flat. And I know this is one of the boxes because there's a staple mark right there. So that was so infuriating, and even more infuriating when I got to the prototype boxes and I was like, oh my God. If flattening them would have been heartbreaking enough, but to flatten them and staple them flat, ugh. If I could punch somebody through space, man. But you accept it as you go. Baku. 1 or 2 players, gear-to-gear cable game. Ooh, didn't like that one. Let's see here. We got 3 more to go. U.S. Gold presents Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. A 1-player game. Indiana Jones. He's a one-man army, one-man show. They're making a new movie, from what I understand. And Harrison Ford's going to be in it. So, we'll see if it's any good. The last one, the Crystal Skull. Oh. If movies could be permanently deleted from time, that would be on the list, at least in my opinion. The Lost World, Jurassic Park, monster-sized animation adventure. And this box is a little bit smushed, which is disappointing because this game doesn't pop up a lot. Not a common game. Not terribly rare, but rare enough that it's disappointing that the box is a little bit squished. And it's a 1-player game. And just so you know, your stun gun and your wits are all you've got. So you run around with a stun gun, shocking poor dinosaurs that are trying to eat you. Let's open this one. This one is hermetically sealed. I must have said to myself, this one is rare. Because not only is it bubble wrapped extremely well, but it's also inside a clear cellophane bag. And it makes sense because it is a pristine copy of The Smurfs by Infogrames. I must have been like, this game is so rare. I need to really, really wrap it up for a safe storage. So I'll put that over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to end on 25 because there's plenty in this container for a couple more parts. So I hope you're doing well. I'm going to go straight from this to editing and try to put it all together in the time that I've got. So, until we meet again, which will be a week from tomorrow at noon, which will be when the next video, episode 78, container 31, part 2, will air. All I want you to do is be well.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.